Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, in this video, I'll share with you a conversation I had with one of my clients. Okay. I can't give you the specific details, but I'll give you the gist of what happened. And I want you to give me your thoughts on the incident and the advice I give. Feel free to agree, disagree, whatever. Okay, comment down below. So what happened was this client had this big day where a VVIP client was coming down, means client for them where he is working, and they had to finalize a deal. This was the last part of the meeting. Unfortunately, my client's boss, who was supposed to chair the meeting and go with them, walk around and take them, and ended up with a contagious disease, and they were informed that the boss couldn't make it, the main person. And because the client, from overseas and they cannot delay, they had to have this meeting. So my student or my client had to take charge of that meeting. Now, in that, there's a team that has to be managed. So now he's in charge. He has to manage the team. So he was ironing out the important details. What should I say? The presentation, how should I take them? We take them around and this and that, and the technical side and all that he was asking me. So during the course of the conversation, he mentioned there is one person who reports to him, but this person is the senior most in the company. Senior most in terms of technical knowledge, senior person in terms of age. And my young client, my young Padua, he wanted to shine. He wanted to take the lead. He wanted to, be at his Sunday best, as you can call it, because he wanted to score brownie points and impress his boss. So he's like, this guy, this particular guy who is senior most, he knows more than me and all that. So he also has a tendency to put his views. And so I said, what do you want to do? He said, no, I want to make sure I get noticed. I said, okay, fine. But technically, does he know more than you? He said, yes. Experience-wise, he knows more than you? Yes. Has he dealt with more clients like these? So yeah, because he was there before me. But after I joined, now he's reporting under me. Okay. I said, fine. So he said, how do I manage? Because obviously that guy is technically more sound, has more experience. So he wanted to know how to leverage. What I told him is, give him the importance, give him the respect, give him the leverage to not be behind you, but empower him to be with you, not behind you, with you during the course of the meeting, and give him the framework, what to say, allow him to talk, and if required, allow him to shine. But make sure that you get the deal. So he listened to what I had to say, and then he said, but sir, there are other people in the management who will be there. There'll be the VIP, whatever, clients. But if they see this guy, he is, shining, or he gets the spotlight, then I will look bad. I said, what do you mean you will look bad? He said, no, then they'll focus more on him. They'll not focus on me. The spotlight will be on him, not on me. And then maybe the management will give the report that, oh, we were very impressed with him. We are not so impressed with, his typical insecurities. So I was listening to what he said. And then I said, you're afraid to empower him. You're afraid to, let's say, humble yourself in front of him. He said, not, sir, not actually humble, but, I'm giving him more importance. So then I said, I'll give you a small example. I'll give you a small example. Okay. He loves to hear my examples because I give him with logic. This person, I want you to Google search. His name is Abdul J. Kalam. Okay. Wait, I'll get you his exact name. Abdul J. Kalam. Okay. Yeah. APJ Abdul Kalam. He's the former president of India, APJ Abdul Kalam. Now, I want you to Google search this video or search this video in case you're not aware. This gentleman he was born in 1931. He was an Indian aerospace scientist and statesman who served as the 11th president of India. I'm reading from Wikipedia. Okay. The thing about this guy is, now I do not know much about him. I'm being honest with you. But I can tell you specific incidents that made me form such an incredible opinion about him. It changed the way I thought just by those two simple incidents. And I'll give you the incidents. I'll see if I can search for the video and put the link below. But if I do not or cannot find it, please try to search. And if you know where those videos are, please share it. The first time I saw this video was Abdul J. Kalam, being the president of India. He was invited as a VIP guest for one event. I do not know what the event, but it was an auditorium where there was a guy with a camera at the top taking from his smartphone. So they showed Abdul J. Kalam walk in. Okay, he's walking in and everyone stands up to give him the respect. He is, an old person and plus he's the president. You have to give him the respect. So they stood up, they were applauding. He walked. And then there is this stage where there are all these chairs. Now, I do not know how it happens in other countries, but in India, when you're a VIP, your chair is bigger than other people's chairs. So he had more think, for example, his chair was something like this, like a big thing, and not like a sports chair, like a royal, this thing, heavy. And the other chairs were plastic. Okay, they could be white or whatever it was. So it was cheap, ordinary plastic because they wanted to make it very obvious. He is a person who's a VIP. Rest of them are small positions. Abdul J. Kalam, I remember, if I recollect, he walked up to the stage. He goes to the chair. And people are like, oh, he's going to sit down. And then he starts pulling this chair out. And people are like, organizers, everyone wondering, what is he doing? And they could clearly make out that he's removing this chair out. And, given that he's old and, he's a president, they don't want him to do any physical work because he's a VIP guest. He's a guest of honor. So he shows that he's removing the chair, they remove the chair. And then what he does is the plastic chairs, he brings them closer together because there was a gap. And he brings them all together. And people are still wondering, what is he doing? And after he puts all the chairs together, so they are the same height and they look the same, then he sits down. Because he wanted to communicate a message. We are all the same. There's no big chair, small chair. I want to be the same like everyone else. And I'll tell you, immediately, everyone gave a massive applause. And he didn't do this to score points. He did it because this is who he was. Just imagine such an incredible human being with brilliant credentials. Okay? And who had achieved power and position. He's a president. If you see our Prime Minister Modi, he loves to play the power game. Even Donald Trump, they love to play the power game. He didn't want that respect, even though his contribution to India's space program it's just mind-boggling. Okay, that was one example. The second one, which I so fondly remember, is once again, there was another auditorium. I don't know if it was the same. And there were some, people who are coming for debate. And so he is the guest of honor. And then there are these other people who are obviously below him in terms of rank and whatever. They were there to debate and give their ideas. So they were sitting, people are sitting down, it's an auditorium. Then there is a stage where you have to climb 4, 5 steps. And then there is the chairs where the debaters or people, the learned people, they're giving their advice. So he walked, I don't know, all of a sudden he walks and he can climb on top of the stage and there will be a chair provided to him. Instead, what he did was he walked and, I told you, the stage is slightly raised. He goes and sits on the stage. He doesn't sit on a chair. He sits on the stage, and the second he sat on the stage, everyone got uncomfortable. In fact, even the people who are doing the debate or who are giving the expert opinion, they stood up because they were all embarrassed. Here is a man who is literally 70, 80 years old or whatever, and who's so accomplished and so powerful. He's sitting down and he's like, no, no, sit, sit, sit. And then he started to have a conversation. Why I brought up both these videos, it is not to tell you, oh, okay, start being humble, start being like him, start being Gandhian, or start being. The point I'm trying to make you, or the point I'm trying to share with you, it's a person who has accomplished so much. He just doesn't care about these gimmicks, this chair and this big position. I'll be frank and honest with you. I don't think I could be like him. I don't think I would do like him. If someone give me a VIP chair, bloody hell, I'll go sit there. I'm being transparent. I'm no humble guy. And when it comes to being braggadocious or bragging about my achievements, I go all out. I'm nowhere having his character or his humility. I'll be honest with you there. But if there's something I did learn from him through those videos, it is the greatness a person shows when he doesn't go for those bells and whistles, those those small little gimmicks, that big chair, that he focused on what was important. What was important is in that stage to show unity, to show equality as a leader. And when he was having that debate, he didn't want to be like on a big sofa and all that. He just wanted to have a conversation. And that's what I told my client. I said, your objective that day is not to shine. They are not having the meeting for client shining day. My client should shine. They're not having that meeting. They didn't come from abroad to see you shine. They came there for a business deal. They came there for the benefit to their company. The value that your team can offer them, your company can offer them. They are interested in the value. And you who are appointed now as a leader, you're not appointed. You are appointed because your boss is sick. So you have been appointed to be the leader. So when you're going to be the leader, it's not all about you. It's about the company. It's about the service. It's about the value. And if there is someone who is better than you technically and smarter than you, don't take away his thunder. Let him feel empowered. Let him feel that he can give his best. Let the delegation deal with him directly. Why they have to ask you the question and he gives the answer? Let them ask him directly, because they'll be aware that you're the boss. They're reporting to you. And they are also aware that you have a boss. So maybe they'll deal directly with the boss. And remember, in the end, they are not going to, just because this guy gave all the technical answers and he gave them great service, that they will ignore you. No, they still have to deal with you. But they'll be happy that you made it easier. So I said, don't be insecure about your ego, about your selfish personal goals. Yes, everyone wants to shine, but you as a leader, let them shine so they bring out the best, and then you'll be looked upon as a leader who managed everyone properly. You'll keep the clients happy, you'll keep your team members happy, and they'll be passionate and interested to really give their best, and overall you'll achieve the objectives. Otherwise, if you try to shine or you're forcing the shine, people will notice. And then they will be like, guy's trying to show off, but he doesn't know as much as them. Since it's obvious, why don't you just do what is right? And that's what I told him. And I can tell you for a fact, I know my client. They're very transparent with me. They're very honest. And I know for a fact that he took the advice I gave him to heart. And he did a good job. So this is what I am sharing with you. Let me know, what do you think? Do you think the example that I gave was right? And if not, what do you think? Do you think you should try to force it? And finally, if you do find that video of Abdul Kalam, please watch it. And if you can, share it. Let me know if there are any other stories like this, because I think he has even written a book, In the Wings of Fire or something like that. Wings of Fire, yes, and Ignited Minds, 2 books that he wrote. I still have to read them, but I can tell you, among all the leaders of India, I think he is one among the greatest. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. I would love to hear what you have to say. Okay, having said that, this is me signing off. You guys take care.